Hello, I just wanted to give you a quick tour of the greenhouse, which is pretty much just tomatoes at this time of year, before they get kind of really done for the season. There's not a lot of ripe ones in there right now because I picked them a few days ago, not thinking about making a video. But yeah, so let's go in here and check it out. It is like a cedar frame. It was here when we moved in. I mean, it's kind of coming to the end of its life. Definitely, like, panels are loose. This is like a corrugated plastic. The screen has holes in it, which the children have made bigger. I love my children, but really honestly, like, they're kind of hell on the garden. And you can do it. You can garden and have children. It doesn't, nothing has to be perfect. It just has to grow fruit. So anyways, growing fruit. This is a purple Cherokee coming on. Honestly, the purple Cherokee this year, I wasn't super impressed. It was a good tomato. I mean, there's been a few, but honestly, it wasn't super productive. So obviously I have some weeds going on too, but I grow in these 7-gallon containers because I'm not willing to set this up as beds. I'm sure it would benefit the plants, but I'm not quite ready to do that because in the spring I do have more tables in here and I have my starts come out here from the house. I do all my specifically tomato, pepper, the type of thing, and other, lettuces and all the spring stuff. I do kind of give it a head start in the house with lights, and then I bring it out here if it needs some more time before we have less frost. So I'm not quite ready to turn this into beds, so I'm using 7-gallon pots, and typically I would add more compost, and it hasn't happened this year. Obviously we got things going on that aren't fantastic. And this year I really was kind of testing out a ton of different varieties of tomato to see what I liked and what grew well. So the purple Cherokee, it was good but not super productive. I'd probably still grow it again. What in the world's going on out there? I don't know. Chickens are making lots of noise. This was a beefsteak. I am definitely not going to bother with the beefsteak again. It is small tomatoes. Not interested. The hillbilly, early on, it made some good tomatoes. And then now later on, it's not really producing. This is a red currant tomato, and they're kind of sparse because I picked a lot of the ones that were ready. These ones aren't quite ready. They're red when they're ready. They're pretty darn good, but they're pretty laborsome to pick. So they're delicious and they're teeny and cute, but a lot of labor to pick, and they're super productive. They are all the way up to the ceiling. Another one, I'm only growing it because my kid likes it. I don't like the yellow pear, but it's really darn productive. Well, actually, it doesn't have much on it right now. I guess I did pick a lot off of it the other day. Yeah. This one, what was this one? I think this was the Brandywine Black. It produced well to begin with, and it made super big tomatoes. And I don't know if it's just that it got unhappy, or whatever this is that's going on. I just didn't have the time to really pay attention to these like I would have hoped. Yeah, so it made some beautiful tomatoes to begin with, and now it does not have anything. Well, I guess it has one more coming, one more late season tomato. The triple L crop, it was fairly productive. Yeah, I'll grow it again. Indigo Rose. These ones are all pretty small, but these ones are bigger. Oh, that one's just about ripe. So they're really pretty. Again, I really like purple, so they're black, purple. and they turn this peach color on the bottom when they're getting ripe. Still got a little bit of time. That is this one, and I have another one right there. They have been super productive. Again, especially for the lack of love I've given them. This is a mortgage lifter. It has been pretty darn productive. This is from the mortgage lifter. It's way up there. Not ripe. Definitely very green. Pretty darn productive. Happy with that one. My German pink. Productive, large, beautiful tomatoes to begin with. Now, not so much. This is a Brandywine pink. Again, same deal. So the big ones, they seem to have produced well in the spring and not so much now. Same with the Dr. Witchies. I really loved them. And then they kind of petered out. Way over here, there's another Dr. Witchies coming. These tomatoes, the plants kind of got out of control. This Martino's Roma has been amazing. Amazing. Super productive. Delicious tomatoes. There are still a bunch coming. Very excited about that. Now the Perrin, tomato Perrin, it was not productive to begin with, and now it is. So it must be a heat lover, because it definitely gets hot in here, and the windows are as open as they can be, but it gets hot in here. The Paul Roberson, I really, really, really loved. Really loved. Something happened, and the main top died, so I let offshoots, this sucker grow. I think it's just too late in the season. There's definitely flowers. It was very productive until whatever happened up here happened. I'm still learning about tomato disease. I love growing them, and it's a super fun hobby. And really, honestly, it's a hobby, but we do eat a lot of them, and we eat a lot of salsa. Yeah. And then not one last. This is another one that I grew, is a Gardener's Sweetheart. It was the first year growing these. Super productive, and I absolutely love them. Love, 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 love them. So the Indigo Rose, the Gardener's Sweetheart, and the Red Currant, I got those seed from local company called Floret, which they mostly do flowers. But then I saw tomato seeds, and I had to buy tomato seeds because it's kind of like an obsession, like my pumpkins, like, oh, I don't have that variety of pumpkin, I better try it. Anyways, the Indigo Rose, Gardener's Sweetheart, and Red Currant came from Floret Flower Company. A gal across the lake who does homesteading as well grew some striped Romans, unripe as well. They turn red with stripes, and they have been really delicious and productive. So I bought myself some seeds for those for next year. I can't remember where I bought the seeds from. Yeah, I can't remember what that one was. Oh, I grew some basil early on just in these pots, and it's done and over, and I just haven't cleaned it up. Amish paste. Last year they did fantastic, and this year they didn't. I don't know. I just don't know. Some things did good this year, and some things didn't. I also have this vine growing in here, and I did not pay it enough attention. It's a loofah. I would have had to hand pollinate it. I just never got around to it. So it did try to make some fruit, but I didn't pollinate it, and there's screens on my window, so no pollinators come in here. So it didn't get pollinated. So the way I have my tomatoes strung up, the rafters up here, I have these, it's hard to see with all this light, rebar just sitting up there, and then this line is like a clothesline, I guess. So it's metal wire in the middle and coated with plastic, and I just use ties and tie my plants to it. So I do kind of like a double twist. Oh gosh, it's hard to show you this. Maybe next spring when I set this up I'll show you. But I do a double twist around the plastic on the wire, and make it super tight on there, and it stays in that position pretty darn well. And this, I think, will last for a lot of years. So that's exciting too. So yeah, they're all strung up and then tied. Oh, come on, focus. And they just grow up and up and up. I water these by hand. I'm thinking next year about trying to do like a pipe, just like a small PVC pipe down each row, and have a hose hooked to it with a timer and just do auto watering, because that has taken time this year. Not having auto water has taken time. And with the young one, again, he comes in here and he just destroys stuff. But they do have, on the porch of my greenhouse, they have all sorts of toys that they play with. But, you know, they kind of get out of control too. So, yeah. Oh, and then this year I decided to try, and I don't think it's going to get mature enough, but I threw some sweet potato seed potatoes in here. The slugs have been enjoying it. I'll give it some more time, but I haven't seen any flowers. I don't know. I don't think these are going to get to maturity. But, hey, you know, it was like a $3 experiment, so whatever. This is a much bigger, I would say that's probably a 10-gallon pot. And I did not buy these pots. I got these pots for free. So in Washington, we have legal marijuana growers, and they like to get rid of stuff because of whatever, you know, they think they've got something going on. And maybe I caught some of that with my tomatoes, because I did not bleach these, and I should have bleached these, but I didn't. Anyways, they were giving tons of these away for free, these 7-gallon pots. So I have a ton of these 7-gallon pots. Another reason I went with the pots instead of making beds in here. But yeah, just an overview of my crazy jungle greenhouse. Just wild. It's growing stuff. They're not healthy. Oh well. We got food this year. This is Brew. Brew is our chocolate lab. He, well, he's a duck dog too. He wasn't trained quite like the other one. He's another lover. Just a big old lover. He's 6 years old, so he's got some good life left in him. Yeah, he's kind of lazy though. Him and the big kid, they play ball all the time. But I don't know, he's thick. He's thick and happy, and we love him. This is one of my favorite areas. It's the pergola that we have here, with fantastic grapes. They're ready late October. You get one frost on them and they are super sweet and delicious. We have to be careful though, because they do fall down on the ground and then the dogs eat them, and it is not good for dogs to eat grapes. It will hurt their kidneys or livers. I can't remember. Anyways, it is really not good for dogs to eat any sort of grapes. But we love these. We've made juice, we've made jelly, we eat them. Oh yes. Oh, you probably can't see it. I'm trying to show you. Ah, spiderweb season. I love the spiders because it's also the end of mosquito season. And we have bats here too. Lots of little bats. We love them. Anyways, the pergola, our favorite dining area. It's super cute. On this side, it's a wisteria. And I do have to trim the wisteria and the grape constantly because they do grow very, very, very quickly. It's a little bit of maintenance, but it's worth it. This is an awesome little area. And look how cute it is. But I can't take credit for creating this. I did not create this. This was created by the previous owner, and she did a fantastic job.